welcome in to another stitch tutorial. We are going to do the feather stitch today, and I'll be using my custom hook from Jelena over at Cutlery Designs. She's linked down below, along with the thumbs up and that subscribe button. If you're interested in yarn, you like hauls, tutorials, reviews, silly makes, and possibly the odd cowl here and there, you might be willing to subscribe. Maybe. And plenty of giveaways. Shh. Okay. Let's start with a slip knot. We are going to do, for this instance, we are going to do an even number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll do a couple more. 13, 14, 15. We'll leave it at 16. I think that'll be long enough. Now, this is a 1 row repeat, but we need to do the foundation first. So with that foundation, we are going to be doing half double crochets. So second from the hook, not this one, but this one, you want to go in and do your half double crochet. Now don't steam along just yet, because, whoops, from here we are going to chain 1. And then we are skipping the next unworked stitch and going into the next to do another half double. And a chain 1. Oh, this is splitting on me. Skip. Next one, half double. Chain 1. Skip. In for a half double. And chain 1. Are you getting the picture? I hope so. Skip into the next for a half double. And chain 1. Skip. And you do that right to the very end. Oops. Now on every row, when you get to the end, you need to chain 1 and then turn. Okay. So there's our beginning foundation. From here, we are doing a half double into that very first stitch. Like so. Now, from here, we are doing a half double into the chain space. But wait, we're doing a half double. Because from here, remember we skipped this one just down here? Well, now's the time to use it, because while you still have 3 on your hook, you're going to yarn over and go down to that skipped, grab some wool, bring it up and bring it up properly, fully, so that all of your loops are level. Yarn over and into that next chain space. In, grab your yarn, pull up, and then you will have 7 loops on your hook. From here, you are going to yarn over and bring that right the way through everything on your hook. Close it off with a chain 1 and repeat. So yarn over and go into that same chain space. In, yarn over, pull through, bring up so it's nice and level. Yarn over and find that chain space underneath. Find the chain underneath the stitch that you missed, and you are going in there. Bring your loop right up, yarn over and going to the next chain space. In, yarn over, pull up. So you then have your 7 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through everything and close it off with that chain 1. Okay. And repeat. Yarn over, go into that same chain space, yarn over, pull up that loop, 3 on your loop. Yarn over, find that little stitch down there that feels all neglected right now. But don't worry, we're going to use it now. So in you go, yarn over, pull through and bring up that loop so it is level with the others and you are not straining your work. Yarn over and go into the next chain space. In, yarn over, pull up, yarn over and pull through everything. And then chain 1. Can you see the pattern forming? So carry on that to the end of the row. I'll just go at my own pace till the end. Of course, you can fast forward this bit if you wish. I'm nearly at the end anyway, so I'm not going to fast forward it, but you can, that's fine. Did you join the 2K giveaway yet? $270 for steak. Maybe you ought to go have a nosy. It'll be linked at the end of this video. Make a comment, make sure you're publicly subscribed, share out, share the wealth. Okay. Close up. Okay, now we're at the end, we're here. We've got 1 left. Never miss out that last one. So for here, after you've done your chain 1, do a half double into the top of that next stitch. Don't miss it out. Go into that corner for a half double. Okay. Remember, every row you are going to be chaining 1. And now, when we turn, now we are going to start the 1 row repeat. And if you got through that last row, you'll do this one in a cinch. Whenever you begin, yarn over and go into that very first stitch for a half double crochet, like so. From here, we have a chain space. Let's use it. In we go, yarn over, and then we're going into the below chain space. Yarn over, pull through, bring that loop up. Yarn over. One piece of advice, with your non-dominant hand, just spread your work a little bit so that you can see the spaces. Because this is like a cluster type stitch, you may get it lost. So as you're working, just spread your work a little bit so that you can see that little bit easier, because we are going into that chain space, bringing up our loops. So we have 7 on the hook once more, yarn over, and guess what we're doing? We're bringing it through and chaining 1. Yarn over into that same space, in, bring up, yarn over, go below, yarn over, pull up, make sure they're level, yarn over into the next chain space, yarn over and pull through all 7 loops and chain 1 to close it off. So let's do one more with you. Yarn over into that same chain space that you've just come from, in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, go below. So you've gone into this one, you now want to go into the chain space below, yarn over, pull through and up, so you're level and your work isn't straining. You don't want it all twisted like that. Bring it up so all the loops are level, yarn over into the next chain space, yarn over, pull through. 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over. Oops. Nearly lost it. Pull through all 7 and chain 1. And keep going to the end of your work. Again, I won't zoom through this, but you're more than welcome to. Okay. And then into the next chain space. Same chain space, 1 below, next chain space, and all the way through, and chain 1, and now I'm on the end. We need to go in here for a double crochet. So it's the top of the half double from below for another half double, and you chain 1 and you turn, and you literally keep on going. So I'm going to do one more sort of on my own, as it were, just to show you a little bit more. Always start and finish with the half double crochet. Use the chain spaces, not the stitches. Remember to keep those loops level, and remember to close with 1 chain. And you repeat that same 1 row pattern throughout your work. Hang on, I got lost. There we go. I was too busy looking at the phone to make sure that I was actually on the camera, and I lost where I was. That's what happens when you do things on your own. That's my excuse for today. So one up, one below, one to the side, pull through and chain one. Oh, cramp. Cramp and squeaking. Oh yeah. Give me one moment. Let me quickly stretch my fingers. Ah! Yarn over next one. Same chain space. One below. Next chain space. Draw through. Now, even when you are using a much thinner yarn than I am doing here, this comes out fairly nice and thick. And it also looks a lot nicer with a variegated yarn, an ombre. Doesn't mean you have to. It's just a tip. I'm using a solid because of it being a tutorial. And at least you can see what it looks like in a solid. But overall, it really pops when you've got multiple colours. Oops. So I'm at the end. I'm going to go in for my last half double. I'm going to lay down my hook, and from here I'm going to put in my stitch marker, turn her on over, and there you have the feather stitch. So you've got parts going this way and you've got parts going that way. So it's kind of like a teepee almost pattern, but that is your feather stitch. If it was of any use whatsoever to you, please don't forget to do that thumbs up. Maybe be willing to do the subscribe button, and hopefully I will see you next week for another tutorial. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.